Welcome to Whips in the Dungeon 201.14. Today I want to talk to you about the concept of sacred space. You've heard me maybe mention that term in various videos before, but we haven't spent very much time talking about what that means. It's a rare occasion to go to a dungeon. Most people aren't able to go to a dungeon every single day. So when we are able to play in a dungeon, it's a special occasion and it's a special time. You're there to share time and space with someone else or with a group of people or with your local community, and you're there to play. It's not the time for whip practice. It's not the time for sport cracking. It's not the time for being the most annoying whip thrower in the space so that the dungeon monitors want to throw you out. It's a time to share energy with a cherished person that you're going to spend some time with and throw with. Some people that go to the big conventions, they may have traveled all the way across the country to spend 2 or 3 days in shared time together. They may have spent quite a bit of money and taken off from work and dedicated some time to do what we love. So oftentimes sacred space is created space. We create time to be able to be together, and we create time and space, and we want to share that space. So there should be a certain amount of honor and respect that goes into creating sacred space. And think of it as going to a concert. If we go to a concert and we're going to hear the orchestra play, we want to be able to hear all the different instruments that are playing in the orchestra, that are playing in that orchestral dungeon, and we don't want necessarily on one side the whip to dominate the orchestra any more than on the other side we would want the first violin or the cane to dominate the orchestra, and we certainly wouldn't want the mud wrestling scene to dominate the orchestra. So think about sharing sacred space with the people that are there, sharing that energy together, and do it thoughtfully. And speaking of thoughtfully, today's key phrase is Newton's third law of motion.